no state, no prime minister, no army, no court, no parliament, no political party, and no generation has the right to stand silent while the lifeline of those souls is placed under the shadow of coercion. We must therefore speak with the seriousness that this situation demands. Pakistan must treat every step towards the strangulation of its waters as a national security assault, not merely a diplomatic irritant, not as a footnote in a foreign ministry brief, not as another file to be moved from one desk to another. It must be treated as an attack on the foundations of the state. That does not mean that Pakistan seeks war. We do not seek war. We have buried too many sons. We have seen too much blood in this region. We know the price of adventurism. We know the tragedy of miscalculation. But peace is not surrender. Restraint is not paralysis. Diplomacy is not silence. And patience is not permission. If India wants the world to take its threat seriously, Pakistan must compel the world to take our survival seriously. Our message must be clear. Any move to block, divert, manipulate, or potentially politically control Pakistan's rightful waters will not be treated as routine engineering. Every survey, every tender, every canal proposal, every dam design, every concrete step towards changing the flow guaranteed to Pakistan must be treated as a strategic warning signal. It must trigger a whole of the state response, legal, diplomatic, economical, political, informational, national security preparedness, and even military response. Pakistan should not allow India to climb the ladder of coercion while we remain trapped at the bottom, issuing statements of concern that says the final strangulation of water is an existential threat, cannot remain silent when the strangulation is prepared, financed, designed, tendered, and normalized. A nation does not wake up only when the riverbed is dry. A nation wakes up when the first stone is moved to dam our future. It is only rational to ask, what are we doing in terms of military preparedness as India continues to pursue her stated path? But let me also say this. Pakistan must not make a single move that concedes India's illegal position. We must not behave as though India's decision is fait accompli. We must not build policy on the assumption that the treaty is dead. We must not rush to create downstream substitute dams in a way that tells the world India has succeeded, now Pakistan is adjusting. Or give the impression that we were victorious on the battlefield but have surrendered on the banks of the river. No. Pakistan's position must remain immovable. The treaty lives. India's obligations are live. Pakistan's rights live. The Indus does not become India's instrument because India has discovered the language of abeyance. Projects and dams already approved before India's unilateral decision should continue on their own merit. Pakistan must complete what Pakistan has already planned. We must strengthen our dams, reservoirs, barrages, canals, and flood management systems because Pakistan needs water security regardless of India's aggression. But let us be precise. There is a difference between strengthening Pakistan and accepting India's blackmail. There is a difference between national resilience and diplomatic surrender. There is a difference between preparing for scarcity and legitimizing theft. We must move on a war footing for water conservation, of course. We must modernize irrigation. We must reduce waste in canals. We must invest in drip irrigation, smart agriculture, lining where needed, telemetering, groundwater regulation, recycling, and urban water discipline. We must make every drop count, not because India has a right to steal our water, but because Pakistan has a duty to respect its own future. We must explore every source outside the scope of the treaty. Desalination of our coasts, water recycling for our cities, climate-resilient water storage, regional water cooperation, and even the long-term feasibility of bringing water from Central Asia through negotiated corridors and sovereign agreements. Let engineers dream, let planners calculate, let diplomats negotiate, and let the state act with imagination. But do not confuse resilience with retreat. The Indus Water Treaty must be defended in every forum. The World Bank, the United Nations, international courts, and arbitrary bodies, friendly capitals, Muslim capitals, Western capitals, African capitals, and Asian capitals. Pakistan must internationalize the principle, not merely the grievance.